Greetings guys and gals, this is Jabber bringing you the best in SC Gaming, and today we have set 2 of SKT1 versus Woongjin Stars. This is going to be Bisu versus ZerO. It looks like Bisu is going to be spawning at the top right position, and ZerO is going to be at the bottom left. Bisu is going to be playing in yellow, I believe, and ZerO is going to be playing in purple as the Zerg player. Bisu has very good PVZ. This is going to be played on Central Plains on the 8th of December. And so Bisu playing fairly well, although he did lose to lost some match recently, which I was very disappointed about. I don't remember who he was playing, but I believe that he was I don't even know what race he was playing, but all I remember is that he lost, and I was very sad. Looks like he's going to go for that Forge Fast Expand build with that forward pylon there. And there's been a lot of those signs lately, those weird, not those signs, but the weird ones with the colors and the cutout shapes. There's been a lot of those. And I really wish I could read Korean at least, so I could know what they were talking about. Anyways, early probe scout going out for Bisu, gonna scout what kind of builds he that ZerO's gonna be, building, and so he's gonna be able to react accordingly to whatever it is. It looks like we had Overpool-ish type build, 9 Overpool. It wasn't Overpool, probably, as the Overlord was just popping out as that pool got put down maybe a little bit early. But he's going to see this. He's going to know that he's going to probably have to put 1 or 2 cannons down. Obviously Forge first. He's going to have to put 1 or 2 cannons down before anything goes on. And it looks like, wow, that drone is at very low health. Only needs about 1 hit to die here. And Bisu just being so sneaky. The ninja toss almost picking off one of those drones. And that would have been very critical, especially with this Overpool build. So he obviously is going to go Forge first. Probably going to put down 2 gates. I can't imagine him putting 3 or 1. But Bisu is known to be very risky, so he might even go for a one cannon type build into the Nexus or something like that. But we'll have to see what type of build he decides to do. Looks like there's something at the top left there. It looks like a hatch, a very weird positioned hatchery, so it's going to be kind of a hidden hatch to keep that information away from Bisu. Bisu's going to be on top of his game, though. I expect that he's going to know that this is coming. The Verse Zerglings are out. I think there's only 4, though, so he obviously did put 1 cannon down. Oh, so he did put 1 cannon into Nexus. Bisu, you are a risky mofo, and he really what he's doing is he's just kind of relying on his probe scout to be annoying enough to where at least some of the Zerglings are going to follow it and not go for an all-in rush on his base. He's going to be able to keep some scouting in there, and going to be able to just pretty much rely on that 1 cannon. He even went 1 cannon into Nexus, into Gateway, which is very pretty risky, relatively speaking, because of that Overpool there. It looks like ZerO has gone for another hatch, so he's going to go for a 3-hatch opening with 3 bases, placing one at his natural, and the first one at that kind of proxy hidden away position at the top left. Nexus finally morphing in, and Bisu just superb on his probe transfer, able to do it with the utmost perfect timing there. Cybernetics core going up as well. And we'll have to see if this base gets spotted. I expect Bisu to know what's going on because he knows the Zerg race so well. He's going to know that there's not enough stuff up for the time, and so he's going to expect that there is some sort of base hidden away somewhere on the map. Layer tech being researched by ZerO here, and Bisu's just pretty much playing standard. He's probably going to go for his Stargate, get some Corsairs out. ZerO, is obviously going to go for his Spire play and get some Scourge to deal with the Corsairs. But other than that, that's going to be the Stargate, yeah. And other than that, this is like the absolute utmost standard game. Other than that weird expansion first at the hidden position. Usually players go for their natural first and then expand second, kind of, to that other proxy position. And that Overpool usually players that aren't going Overpool as much anymore. They usually 12 hatch, 12 pool, or a 9 pool if they want to put on a lot of early pressure. But usually against Protoss, it's either 12 hatch, 12 pool. And that cannon is in a really weird position because the cannons, I don't know if it's going to be able to reach all of those units, especially if he wants to go for something like a Hydra Break, almost getting his Zealot picked off, almost getting it surrounded. But if he wants to go for a Hydra break, I don't know if that cannon's going to be able to range any of those units attacking that gateway and forward, so that's really particular. He's also getting a Citadel of the Dune, which is pretty standard. Might be going for Zealot speed, you know, if he wants to go for a timing attack with Zealots, or he could go for DTs and go for pretty much the Bisu build. Putting down 2 gateways, so it looks like he might be going for that timing attack. Usually you wouldn't see that many. Putting down 3 gateways actually, so he's probably going to go for a big timing attack before the Zerg player is able to get all of his forces up. Another hatch is going up as well. It looks like a Spire is going up at his natural, but usually you don't see a ton of gateways if you're going to go for DTs, and it looks like he's going to go for a big push here in the mid game, and we're going to see if he's able to macro enough units to do this. His natural base is up and running, although he only has, looks like 1 or 2 probes on the gas, does not have a lot of probes on gas, which means that he's probably going to go more Zealot heavy and opts not to go for DT. He's probably going to get that early Zealot speed and just try to overrun ZerO here. Another Corsair is out on the field. He's able to do some damage. The Spire's not yet up, I don't believe. It should be up shortly. He does scout that base at the top left finally, so he knows that the Zerg player is going to go for that standard 5 hatch build with 3 bases, which is super standard. There goes the Spire morphing in, and now he's going to be able to get Scourge. Probably going to be able to pick off this Overlord, though, before he does so. It looks like Bisu might be pushing out with a few Zealots and the Dragoon, and that Zealot might be stuck there. I don't know. I don't think it is, because these programmers obviously know their building placement to the T, but, you know, I always used to do that. When I played iCup, I always used to accidentally, like, block in my units, and I wouldn't understand, because the building placement in this game is a lot more difficult than it is in StarCraft 2. In StarCraft 2, every building is a box, and in this game, all of them are circles, which makes it a lot harder to build walls and know what's what. But anyways, those Zealots almost getting surrounded, but there's just not enough Zerglings here, and he's going for a huge Zealot push here. More Mulus morphing in. He knows that he needs Mulus to deal with these Zealots, but at the same time, there's gonna be Corsairs out, which are gonna do so much damage. They're trying to pick off that Dragoon, but here comes Bisu with his Zealots here. He does have speed upgraded finally. He's going to be attacking the hatchery, it looks like. I don't know about that. I think he should attack that Sunken Colony. I think he needs to get his Corsairs over here ASAP, because that Dragoon just went down, and there's no anti-air for Bisu, although he has a ton of Zealots. These Mulus are not going to be able to deal with these Zealots. They're going to be able to attack them. The Zealots are not going to be able to attack back. However, the Corsairs are in the area, are going to be able to probably take care of these Mulus, and I think that ZerO has lost this game. Bisu's just doing so much damage. He has more Zealots streaming in, and is going into the main base as well. Might be able to pick off that Hydros Den, is going to be able to pick off this hatchery. He has like 3 hatches up there. Oh my gosh, he was going like 6 hatch builds. These Zealots are going to get taken out by those Zerglings, but these Corsairs are just deterring these Mulus so very well. And another hatch is probably going to go down. More Zealots streaming in to the game, or to the base rather, not to the game. That was just stupid. But anyways, more Zealots coming in here, and they might be able to pick off the Spire. If they're able to pick off the Spire, this is going to be terrible. They are able to pick off the Spire, and might be able to pick off this Hydralisk Den as well. Another hatch has gone down, and a third hatch is probably going to be destroyed as well. This is just terrible for ZerO here, and I'm expecting a GG any second. Hydralisk just popping out, but they're just going to get killed by these Zealots. The Zealots are just so powerful, especially with this Corsairs. I think that this is probably going to be possibly the new build, rather than to go for a more Dragoon heavy. Just Zealots and Corsairs is a very strong build. These drones are trying to kill these Zealots off, are able to do so actually, doing a very nice job, but more Zealots streaming in. They're not going to be able to fight all these Zealots at once, and ZerO knows that he's lost. GG from ZerO. Bisu just absolutely owning him with that timing attack. Very nice job there. And it looks like SK is up 2-0 on Woongjin Stars. Anyways, nice game, guys. GG. Lates.